for others.
Blood is the price they pay.
You can say no to a panda.
You've got a...
You can say...
Good omens! Good omens! Freedom at hand. I'm not done yet! As long as my mind is free. Don't worry, my friend. I am your shield. Raising my shield for others is what I was born to do. Numenon's flame won't wait.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay.
You can say no to a panda.
The scales have tipped.
Grock.
Who else other than me?
Kids, pride usually comes before the fall.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
It's all written in the stars!
You can't run from my arrow.
All lives are wretched.
The more your fear grows,
If only I had the power.
Kids, pride usually
Where to?